what you can do is version launches. So V1, you do a launch and it just has this one feature. And if for V2, you do this other thing that you think is very important and you make another launch for it, which is just freaking fantastic because you just don't have one big bang for this product. You keep launching big things and you keep getting the launch hype multiple times. So it's even a disadvantage to work too much on a product before launching it. But I totally get it. As a developer, we talked about this before. You think your product has to be technically brilliant and have some sort of complex thing that it's solving for it to be useful. Where in fact, no one really cares about how you solved it. They just care about saving 2 hours on a boring task that you did. Doesn't matter how you did it. Doesn't matter if it's an AI wrapper, or it doesn't matter if you spent 5 months developing it or 1 week. They don't know. They don't care. If the value is there and they feel fine to pay $10, $20 to save 2 hours, 3 hours, then you're good. Everything else is your imagination that you think, oh, I need A or B or D. So that's one of the, and I'm really sad to see, brilliant developers that never launch things because they don't think it's that hard to make. Like, you have this mental barrier that it needs to be difficult to make because then other people can make it as well. Yeah, and everyone thinks the same, and then the only one that makes it is the one that doesn't think about this and puts a pre-order, puts a sale button, and actually gets customers, and then based on that feedback makes sales, and everyone else that waits for it to be brilliant enough never launches, right?
Yeah. Oh, Dan. You are better than Steve Jobs. But it's very true. We started these one-on-one calls in Morning Maker Show community, and then I had opportunity to talk with our members, and something interesting, what I've realized is that these people have brilliant working product. It's there. There's like nothing else to add. There's a story around it. There are features. The product is working. That's it. The only thing you need now is just to push it. There's no need to overthink that. There's no need to overthink features or the use cases. The only thing you need is the feedback, and then you will know what's happening. One more thing that came out from these discussions, and what you mentioned now, is this technical part of the product, how difficult the product needs to be. And we were chatting and comparing the built-in public products with YC products. And this is something where I believe the problem is. I think what we've done great in this community is build fast, ship, and see the reaction. But there is also a problem where people are used to building products that are technically difficult with thinking that it will go worldwide, which is also very scary. I think it's much easier when you are building something to have 10 people you can count on just to try the product and give you a feedback and kind of grow from there. It's much easier than like hunting the whole world. It's also, when you think like that, I feel like product shaping or building is also easier, because then you're not catering to everyone, but you're catering to these 10 people that have this problem and you are talking with them.
Yeah, the same about the competition, because I think a parallel to this is when you start building something and you think there's this YC startup or whatever that already does something similar, and how can you compete with that? Well, you don't have to compete with all the things they're trying to do, and they're essentially infinite money, but you can pick one part of it, one niche that they maybe don't care that much, and make that great, make that the best possible experience you can.
Yes.
And that's it. That's enough. One thing that they don't do, you do it best. And I'm not saying that's, the only way. It's one way. If let's be honest, most of the things that you're going to do, they're probably not going to work. But those that already are successful, if you find a niche in those, they have a bigger chance of being successful because someone's already making money on them. So there are customers out there, as opposed to you come up with this new revolutionary idea, but there's no market for it. You also need to create the
Exactly.
market and sell it. So in a lot of ways, this is a better approach. If you don't know what to do, if you don't know what to ship first, do this. See, okay, what's trendy? What's a successful thing? Check the Reddit comments and see what people are complaining about. That's a very good one. And see, oh, this thing is really bad in this app. Like, I really wish they would do this and that, and move faster than they can on this one feature, because you cannot move faster on all the features, but this one thing, you can be better than they are
Yeah.
and get your customers.